Hi guys, welcome to my Crash Course 101 for streaming. And if you're just like new to the streaming platform, welcome on board. And today we're talking about Crash Course 101 to live streaming. Before I start, I'm gonna go and blast my video somewhere else. Hmm. Give me a few minutes before start. Let's start with something basic. Hardware. It depends on your budget. Technically, if you got the budget within a range of $100 and $1,000, you would technically say $1,000 worth gadgets are something you wanna go for. Well, it's case by case basis, and technically, what I mean by case is what kind of game you're running, what kind of hardware you're expecting it, and what kind of webcam or gadgets you want to be on the table. And that will be up to the budgets. And honestly, a lot of people don't care about the budget because they are expecting to get thousands of dollars out of nowhere. But let's be frank, if you estimate a decent timing for upgrading your recent hardware or your network, that will be one sort of a platform where you can start estimating, oh, this year I'm gonna do this year I'm gonna do that. Then the next following year, you can do the same estimation, like what you want to do. Set a main goal before you start streaming. And number two, let's talk about headphone. I've been using a lot of headphones. I've been using Sony. I've been using Microsoft earphone, headphone, earbuds, Google Buds. You hear this? No jokes. I also use one of the worst things that come to mind. It's $300 worth headphone, and to be honest, I'm very surprised that it really off the market. But another thing you gotta keep in mind, does this headphone connect to the computer, or you're using it for the PS4, or are you using on the Nintendo Switch? Don't bother. uh, Headphone, you find a compatible. Multi-device compatible is one of the way that you should go. I'm currently hanging around with the JBL, and I honestly don't like the Sony. I'm the one person that don't like Sony device, and I don't feel comfortable with Sony anyway. But this headphone is very comfortable. You must have a comfortable headphone with a length speed, with a very light platform, and then who you trying to target audience. Are you a RGB boy or are you a RGB girl? It's up to you. But for me, I prefer a very linear platform where I can use RGB on the table. I don't use RGB on the headphone. which won't tell you a stereotype of streaming. It's not really a stereotype. It's technically who you're trying to audience. And top of the mountain of this little chit chat, what about audio wise? I can say JBL currently hold my heart in streaming, and it's really like solid, very solid. Like I can hear people footstep 360, and I can drop shot on like Call of Duty Mobile very easy. No offense to Call of Duty fanboy, but ruin your streaming career. And second is go to audio as well. Um, I know people will say this is like overkill, but it won't matter if you got an RGB or Razer brand or JBL. Nada. I'm rocking on both system. What I mean both system is, hear me out. Before you guys blast me for being a promoter, I would say I am a so-called investment to Razer. But I use Razer for different idea. Like for example watching movie, Netflix, Google, or anything that related to YouTube I watch. But I do have to spend minimum, like very minimum of $150 to get a Razer speaker. That is the coolest thing that I can think if you got a budget. But if you're on a phone and you're most likely like busy somewhere else in the crash course, you could use something like a portable speaker that can connect on your phone. And then you can use this as your daily device on streaming, or you can use it anywhere. I don't expect people use it on the pool side, but you got option. It's waterproof. And I have to say this crash course only come to my mind because people just don't know how to be respective. That's why I have to do a crash course. And it really hurts me to do so, that I have to figure out. So let's get to the hot topic. As soon as I get my notification. Yeah. No. I don't need that. I hope this music is okay because YouTube don't demonetize me. I'm trying to be a nice guy now here. Let's put it this way. What your audience is either gaming or you're a news reporter or are you a physics? Like what kind of diametries where you can use on people? I use gaming and audio. And what I mean is, if you use audio, means you have to use non-copyright audio due to certain topic on the web. And one-on-one course, do not do not intend to use copyright music. if you want to get monetized and you want to get the dollar, you have to you have to know that YouTube don't come through for you for like forever. That's why you have to be sufficient. And number two, if in order you want to use something for copyright due to some games like WB or any of the entertainment studio or Ubisoft. For example, I go with Star Wars. I have to go through EA, I have to go through TT Games, I have to go through WB, and then back to TT Games, and then WB will be my approval partner. And be fair, I did send WB couple of email application form to throw into my aeroplane that I want to join the boarding for the streaming platform. That's why WB is currently looking in it and see whether they want to take me in is another question mark. But WB is a hot scope for gamers for Star Wars franchise, and I don't mind. I like WB. Just how they promote themselves as an entertainment system would be a huge mislead because they have a Hollywood studio as well, which I don't want to get to digging into this situation where WB is watching. But anyway, most of the hot tops is like what you should and should not do. And it's also in the Crash Course 101 where Twitch streamers should read the terms and conditions before using any of the platform. There is also one on my stream where it says learn more button. You can learn the do and don'ts and what you're supposed to do. It's applicable to most platforms, especially Facebook. So let's put it this way. If it's for me, we do respect each other. That's one. Second, we have to constantly keep in communication. For example, you don't like this fella. I got multiple people I don't like, and I cannot work with. But eventually, we also do our part until a certain point where we have to communicate with them to make it progressive. But we do not just went and harass people. That's so out of my book. But in any way, Crash Course 101, you gotta be very, very responsive. Like, for example, if someone went to your stream and say hi or something, if the streamer is busy with activities on stream, I would understand that. But in additional, you have to get back to the audience. Like, for example, you end stream victory screen or whatsoever. You just can take a short break, like maybe 2-3 seconds and 10 seconds between. Watch your phone and then reply to text messages if needed. You can spend up to 1 minute or 2 minutes, then get back to the video game. That's how you're supposed to balance the scenario. And then, top of that, streamers, keep in mind, do expect some harassment, but certain point of harassment is a no-no. And calling out people like really, it's a big no-no. And to certain people, you have to consider, is your harassment to a standard point or is it to an external point? And if external point can literally harm somebody, I would suggest not to be in that position. And I would say couple of times I've seen many people get hurt and I really feel bad about it. But we also have to keep in mind it's what we can try. And we have to try to motivate ourselves. As a streamer, do feel downgraded. Not like time you see me on stream, I feel bored. I feel like nobody want to watch me because blah blah blah. Feel motivate, like really motivate to the point that you think that you're okay, you're going there, and one way or another, people start to notice you. I start off my stream not possible because I am trying my best not to harass nobody, no nothing. I try to be a professional stream. And top of that, do try to play multiple games. For example, Star Wars, Lego, up to you and up to your budget. There is free games, there is non-free games, there's demo, there's non-demo. You can slowly progress from a small game to a big game. Is it necessary for AAA games? That's a not really necessary, but if you have the budget of $60, do spend. All means spend, but do not spend until the point that you get broke. Don't get yourself wallet broke. And honestly, I haven't get my bank broke because I haven't buy games. And I'm waiting for hot sales. Like for example, if it's a big sales and it's like a Cyber Monday or weekend deal or like long term weekend, like the week long deals, we can go for that kind of expectation. But do keep in mind, we have to set a certain budget. For example, I don't go for $94 video game. I am not asking you to do so. I'm just doing a disclaimer. You can spend as low as $40. A low $40 could get you Far Cry 4, Far Cry 5, or if you want to try, there is also Far Cry free demo, where you can literally took that free cost to play and see whether you want to like get invasive. So invasive doesn't mean you can just go and spend budgets. I'm not asking you to do so, but it's really up to the audience. Like, what kind of like game does they want to play? For example, I played Garena Call of Duty Mobile. Well, 99% of my time is invested in Call of Duty Mobile. And drop shot, everything. It's cost money. And no, I'm not asking you to spend $1,000 worth of product. Just go as low per month. Like for example, this month the hot topic sales will be this avatar, this gun, this thing. What will benefit you? And look at most of the time, go for review. Like check review, and do not just check review. Like find whether you're suitable for that kind of gun. Are you suitable for the skin? Or are you compatible? I use many skin, but mostly I pick like five my favorite. And right now I'm rocking with Kitsune in Call of Duty Mobile, but I don't use it anyway. Just sometimes I feel bored, I will go for it. But anyway, let's get back to the do and don't. The don't. I know a lot of people love to talk shit about people, but honestly, the decent point, do not just go and psychically blast people and say that, oh, it's a no go for doing this. I mean, if it's harassing somebody to a small amount of harmful, I won't advise. And I know sometimes people deserve something, but I ain't asking you to be a cyber bully. I'm asking you to be nice, try to understand the streamer thoughts and how they react. Not all people react the same as what you think. You cannot think that people will react the same way as you do. You have to keep in mind people are built different and how they build it is up to them. It's none of your saying about whether you're happy about their life or you not happy about their life, you want to ruin relationship. Nada. I ain't going through those and I've been there. It's not a cup of tea. And I don't think it's necessary to go that far to harm somebody. And you know who you are. I don't need to say your name out. Just that you gotta keep in mind. We try to help, and it's not easy for us. And thought that we do have to respect each other. Even though you don't like the person, I don't like people. At work, I can tell you 101%. Sometimes I cannot work with these people. And these people will be ridiculously to work with. I do have that feeling. And I do have like guts to say out. But sometimes it's also have to be respective and ask yourself, if I do this, what will the person be on the next time? And will there be a next time? Let's get this out. It's uncomfortable. Even though I say it's comfortable, it only lasts for a while. So let's get back to the topic. Do expect like don't expect people can read your mind. You have to be motivated to the decent part of the time where you can see better if I do category A or category B. Means category A means be a good person, talk to them and say hi. Or so called try to be a good coordinator. Where another hand B side will be you don't like the person and start shit. That will be misleading as you're a crash course on the streaming platform. You have to understand you're an entertainment people. And we entertain audience for gamers, for Fortnite, for anything that related to game, and we can talk about video game, we can talk about VR, we can talk about many topics from the video game sections. And if you're a news reporter, journalist, anything like for example CNA, BBC, whatever, you can just go ahead and broadcast what you need. And do not step the boundary. Like if you step over the boundary, people will start to like don't like. Like for example, I subscribed to a channel for video game. I didn't subscribe for you to be a teacher. And then another hand, people would want to figure out why. Well, simple reason, I want to get people start streaming and get them feel comfortable. And 99% of the time, I do expect people to like respect each other. But if come to the worst point, streamers have to keep in mind you're an entertainment person. For example, I here to entertain you in video game, and I expect you to talk to me in video game world, where you can just talk about video game, not basically relationship. And if it's something to do in reality, come to the worst. Be chill, be calm, and be respectful. And then let's put it this way. Let's put it in a scenario where I work. For example, I'm strong in customer service. And then I want to be strong in communicating with the customer. And then the customer can be nasty, can be whatsoever. True. True to the point, a lot of the 99% or 95%, you try to be nice to the person, they can backstab you or whatsoever. But don't hold a grudge. You just say, well, I hope you have a very good evening or you have a good day ahead. That will enlighten them, give them a smiling face, and let them go. Don't just like cause them scenario worse than you think. Keep it simple. Keep it like a sweet term where you can just say that, hi, how are you? Or how are you doing? Or how are you facing today? And is it a good day? Or if it's raining, just try to enlighten a smile. Like tell them, oh, I hope the rain stops once in a while. Like once in a blue moon, it stops. Yes, I appreciate when people would say the same thing, and would be nice if somebody can like use that nice wording to be perceiving in video game. And I personally don't do this in video game, but I do work and to be using a monthly money situation, I do have to work. I can bet your ass 95% of us in streaming or entertainment district, we work full time, part time, it's really up to us. And then we have to keep in mind, even though for industry wise, we have to be there. Like, for example, if the audience feel upset, you can ask why. They can tell you in the text and then understand. Like, try to understand them. My wording today is understand and try to make them happy. Like, try. Our word is try today. And we try. We try to escalate. Like, why are you not happy? Why are you upset? Or why are you this? Why are you that? Try to understand. If you can solve the situation, try solving it. But if it's come to life threatening, no. Life threatening, advise them to seek counselor because we are not physically fit for counseling. We are not a counselor. We can try to understand the situation and try to give them a solution. But do not hesitate to be a naive person go and diagnose them on a doctor note. No, don't do that. I don't do that kind of shit. And for the time, I use my phone devices to play games or try to keep me active while I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Yes, using phone can tell them that it may look different on people. Like for example, they are streaming from a different platform, different campsite, or we have a different setup. I use my phone on the table. Like for example, if someone texts me right now, I would say hi, how are you, that kind of thing. And then 95% of the time you do not expect streamers or entertainers to be on the stream. For example, I'm streaming, somebody texts me. Keep in mind, you can have the option to text back and then get back on the game. Like, it won't hurt you if it's 10-second worth of texting. And it's really a simple text. It won't it won't really hurt someone. It just have to be generous. Like, be generous amount of understanding if someone did fall asleep or not fall asleep or whatsoever. Do keep in mind that way that what if people like I'm a streamer and you kick me out of the game? That will literally lead me to a bad side and will be a butt hurt, right? Let's put it this way. You can try to see on stream. If for example, if I fall asleep, I wouldn't be responsive. I will be texting, I would be looking down because my phone is on the table. And 99% of time, I'm way taller than the table. I can tell you that. If you've seen me 10 years ago, you can see me as very short. I can give you that, but ever since the surgery that I've gone through, I went tremendously 1.6 or 1.63 to be honest, and that's the maximum that we can go to. Well, it depends on where and when. Like for example, you have to respect the streamer time as well. For example, you're in the afternoon and I'm supposedly 4 in the morning. So you can't be betting that, oh, for example, I have to be online on this timing and then the person be like this timing. And then there is a limit. Like for example, if the streamer keep getting busy or something. For example, I get myself a drink like this. I can tell you, hey, look, I got a drink. Does this count as busy? Or can you just blame the streamer? No, nada. Yet keep in mind, streamers have the right. We are humans. We are humans as an entertainment. We have to at least be hydrated. Right now, I'm hydrating. Refreshing. Just like that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The bottle gone. and get back to stream. Simple. And I don't ask you to be unhydrated and be a butthead about it. But sometimes streamers forgot that they have the right to drink water. Because of long-term gaming, we have to understand that one section of the time we need to drink water and to be hydrated. And we definitely don't want to be sick. That's one. And Crash Course 101, let's talk about benefit of streaming. Benefiting of streaming, it really depends what kind of audience you're looking in. For example, I'm looking into Lego, I'm looking into Call of Duty. I want to keep the community alive, and then I want to make that game to be popular. Then just go for a hot topic game. For example, Fortnite. The multiple seasons, and you got one long ass time, 2 months worth of battle pass, which is a long ass painful time to grind. And I wouldn't say it's a good idea to do so. But if someone wanna play with you on Fortnite, you can kindly agree to the terms that you can invite a guest. I invite multiple guests, or I can like join a squad and help them out in the game. You do not have the right to harass people. You have to keep that in mind, and you have to keep in mind community guidelines have to be met as standard. You cannot go over the board. You cannot just say that the community guideline doesn't go to you. It does go to the streamers. And if the streamer did break the rules, you guys can report. And not just I'm saying this as a bastard, I'm saying this as a representative of streaming. And I think most of the time people abuse the system. But if people don't really talk about you, do not be a butthead about it. Just like be reasonable. Respect. Everybody wants respect. Everyone wants to be professional. Everyone wants to be not hearing all the nonsense that you provided. We as a entertainment, we need to know what is right and what is wrong and act the age. For example, you're 27 years old. You need to be respective. For example, I don't expect you to be 100% mature, but it's up to you how you wanna be a streamer. For example, I'm 27 or someone is 27, and then they wanna be a gamer girl, they wanna be a gamer boy. They have to set a goal. Set a goal, set a game, and think what can you do as a gamer. And then you have to understand we should not go and think other people mindset, try to talk trash, try this, try that. It won't last you long in the streaming platform. It will never go far. And you have to set a goal how you wanna talk to the person. And talking to some people is easy, right? Okay, let's give a scenario. I expect you to be a 27 years old, as you claim. And then you decided to do all the nonsense and do the unspeakable limitation that we are not supposed to do so. People intend that community guidelines do not exist. We have rules. People, we read rules, terms and conditions, contract. Here, left, right, up, down. You have to understand. Do not just think you don't met the standard. Means nothing can stop you. We built this system from ground to be ready. For example, if we broke a rule, if we talk to minors, we talk to people that doesn't make sense, they can intend to think different. And then we are not built as a human robotic where we can connect each other, reading each other mind. No, we are not doing that. We are actually disgracing your own self as a 27 years old, and I would burn my finger to say I did not try to intentionally harm you. 27 years old, you should know who you're talking to. And are you ready? And if you're ready, set a goal. Like, what's my monthly goal? What's this? What's that? And I would suggest you to take it as consideration, like how you can talk to the person. For example, I'm here, everybody's here. We want people to have a respective talk. And do not hesitate to say hi, even though it's a bad guy. And what if the person, the streamer, bully the viewer? Well, it depends on debating. Like, we have to debate. As a 27 years old, you have to understand your mindset is on what. And you cannot bring reality to this. Means you have to keep professional. Do not just hesitate. It's just like telling people who you are. You're representing the game. You do not want to drag down the video game industry. You don't want to drag down your streaming platform. That's not how this works. You are an entertainment system person. You have to build a ground. You have to know how to talk. You have to be respectful. You have to be every right to be calm. Do not just went and call people B words or violence. Violence is not solving anything. If you see Star Wars reference, Yoda will be telling you the same thing, and I can tell you the same thing. I believe in Yoda's psychology. Means I learned from Yoda since the very millennium years ago. I watched Star Wars. The very old Yoda. He's a wise green man, and I'm just like, huh? Who is this green creature talking to me? And then I realized down the road, Star Wars Yoda was right about things. We have to learn. We have to learn to talk. Like we have to learn. Like have to be calm. And violence doesn't give you money. You have to understand that violence don't give you rice bowl. Violence don't give you job. And violence leads you into multiple trouble. And I in that way. Let's put it this way. Even though for Call of Duty I can say bad words, doesn't mean I'm a bad guy. You have to understand streamers platform is for you to keep people entertained. Do not, and I repeat, do not use any of the way to bring down yourself. You're 27. You're supposed to be a super ass adult. and talk about shit. Like legit. Legit shit. And we do not ask you to like talk about your life. We do not want to hear this. Uh from a viewer standpoint, I'm a viewer too. But I definitely never ask you to tell about your love story. We're not here about your life story. We're not here about hearing your feelings in college or whatever. We are here to get entertained on a game. You gotta keep that in mind. And you're representing the game, not the person representing you. And collecting things is, it will be another video. I'm not saying this right now, but I'm a collector as well. And not just gadget collector, I'm more of a crazy shopper. Let's put it this way. I find something interesting online. Doesn't mean I can go and buy it. I wait. I wait until the right timing, then I buy. And then top of that, pop quiz time for you. Is it correct for someone as a streamer to harass somebody? You got 5 minutes to think about it, and for example, the 5 minutes up, and the answer is no. We are not allowed. We are not allowed in any way to disgrace people, and people can report you as you are doing community guideline as an entertainment. And we ask you to read the terms and conditions at the front and the back to make sure you understand that you're doing a community job, and then we don't get ourselves into trouble. What about people that already got into trouble? Wow, that's a that's a very big fair point. Let's put it this way: if you see like Doctor Disrespect channel, you will know what happened to him, and you will know like couple people. I am not trying to be a jackass, but sometimes this streamer, I don't know, they're stupid or they're trying to act like some dumb fuck. But I'm honestly saying this as a viewer point. Try to understand, we are not built. We are not building the same. We are building certain channel in a certain way. We are not trying to harass people. We are not allowed to do so. And if we do, we get reported. Same goes to everyone. And not just small streamers, big streamers. They are legit people that have to know, have to review, like, why is this a problem? You could get yourself arrested, or you can get yourself swatted, or worst come to worst, death wishes. And that's no. I mean, really, who the fuck, who the fuck would go through that far to like harassment? I don't go there. So this will be my 101. There will be a part 2, part 3, and part 4. And I will be talking about hardware next. So let's go about part 2. Minimum requirement for hardware: you have to have a stable connection, like full bar at all time. And you don't know whether your computer is compatible or your computer is too far from the network router, go for an extender. I'm using an extender and a firewall. so it won't really make sense if I just like buy external things to connect me to reroute. That won't cost like an extender is just a bridge and a network. It's just a place where you can place in a room and then you can connect from there. And it will supply the same power but give you the external boost to get a maximum bar of internet. And then if you get the upgrade, you can ask for an upgrade to the internet for gigabyte or fast speed. It really depends on your budget. Must be friendly budget. You cannot just say I am here for 1 megabits. That will literally make me pull my hair. And keep in mind, when gamer requests you to talk, like for example, I know you or know you in real life, I need to talk to you on the phone. Keep in mind, you can say yes, and then you just say what time will you be free, and then when can you call back. For example, I'm streaming, somebody call me, I said, yo, I'm kind of busy in the middle of the stream. Would you like to call me back later or something? They enlightenedly will tell me, sure, what time is it convenient? And then just say about maybe an hour or 2 hours time. Keep them informed. Like, for example, I got moderators and my moderators are always busy. So if someone is busy, you have to make a work balance. Like work life balance means have your life work as hard as possible and balance out to the point where you think is correct. And be constancy, like very constancy, like what is the trend and today gaming topic, what should you do and what should you not do, that kind of thing. And then hardware wise, it really depends on people budget. I honestly have to say it depends on budget. I ain't asking you to pay $100 worth of gadget just because you're starting off. No, we're talking about getting small, like something small, not just when over budget on a microphone like this one I'm using. Don't over budget it. You can get $30 worth the product. It's still the same thing, just a rebrand, and it's RGB. But I also won't ask you to spend million on dollars for a keyboard or a mouse. Just a simple gaming keyboard and a simple Asus mouse can get you as far as a gaming comparison. Like I use most Razer product disappointed me as long as I can say. But constant getting upgrade, slowly upgrading, and try to start small. Do not just go straightforward buy the entire freaking upgrade. I'm not asking you to like spend $1,000 worth of like upgrading system. Like for example, today I want to be buying the artwork. Then the next 2 months, I want to upgrade to a bigger microphone. Or can I upgrade my hardware into a newer computer? Or you want to work further further down, you need more constant, like very, 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 very constancy. Like have to variable. You have to understand not everyone is basically claiming we are here to what's the word, we are here to entertain. We are not here to like say that we are show off. We are not here to do this. We are not here to do that. I'm not asking you to buy RGB lighting for your room. No, I don't see the common sense on using RGB in a room. I honestly see it's a stupid idea. And yet, keep in mind, not everybody is the same. We have medical condition. We have to be very fragile here. If somebody got a seizure attack because of your light, you can be charged in court and be death sentenced. Yet keep that in mind. We do not want that, and we try to like tone down a little bit, like tone down to make our audience feel safe. We are not here to tell them, yeah, you got seizure, not my problem, that kind of thing. No, we have to understand at a point, if someone have a seizure attack and it's because of our stream, it will be a problem. And we do not want that. We have to understand. We have to put safety in mind. We have to put other people's safety. We cannot just say because I want to be a big streamer, I want to be buying this, buying that, buying this, buying that, and it will cost $1 million. And God knows when you can buy your own house if you have that money. And honestly, I never asking anyone in the right mind to put RGB in the streaming room. I honestly put white light and bingo, that's where I stream. So do not, ever do not just like think we build the same. Sometimes people build different and they have special needs. We have to understand. We have to try to be mindful they have medication issues. And if they have seizure or whatsoever, do advise them that this stream will contain light light effect and it will start issues. If you want, you can try and then tell me how it goes. The law enforcement won't let you off the hook. But it's a fair warning to let you know, do not think of yourself. As a streamer, we have to think wider. We have to think who the endorsement I'm trying to provoke and who am I trying to represent as a company and what game and what can I gain as a streamer benefit. I can gain like endorsement, promotion settings, I can get Gatorade, I can get a couple of things and then things will start to work. It's like a binary. You have to figure the 1 and 0, like where you want to be and who you want to partner. If you want to partner someone channel, you have to be respective. And I can tell you 85% of the time, if you talk to them nice, they would give you the chance. A chance for you to get interview is limit. And I personally went and get myself into a couple of digging hole. I've been digging my own shovels and I found out it's not easy, but when you reach out to the community, you can talk to them. You can expect to see the biggest changes. Do not just hesitate to a nutshell where you can say Fortnite is your life. No. You have to be constancy and you have to reach out to other channels, you have to reach out to their comment section, leave them a friendly note like, hi, how are you? I would like to do a collapse video. And they will reach out to you or they will email you immediate after a few hours. Do expect sometimes. And we cannot guarantee you that you get endorsement, you get collabs. I mean, I got declined by Razer multiple times, but I do my best to endorse out like us around the channel, like who are we targeting. For example, Ubisoft. I won't say I'm not promoted by UB, but let's put it this way. Certain game title, you can ask for endorsement and you can ask to collab with streamers like outside of Ubisoft. You can talk to gamers, you can talk to the wider community about this situation where you want to be collecting on the video game and you can try to build a minor platform about it. That's where we are supposed to be. And you do not have the right to harass them as well. And they do not have the right to harass you because you're an entertainment. They know about it. Be verbal, like asking them if you're okay to stream with them, and then they will be enlightened to give you an answer. I cannot promise if it's 100% positive. It depends on them. And if you got declined, just try to politely understand and move away. Like if they don't like you or whatsoever, just there's plenty of fishes in the sea. You can meet people, you can talk to them, you can be respectful of them, you can have them to collect with you as a friend. There is multiple chances. Do not just hesitate on one. Just think about millions. Think about people that can do. And then if you got a free time, watch other people stream, support them and be there. You know, like be friend and be frank, be real, be polite, be courageous and do not fear. Like fear is the point where people breaks and we do not want to provoke fear. And I don't think I have any more hardware to say, but last thing about hardware, we have to find a good webcam. Right now I'm using a Logitech C920 1080p Full HD blah blah blah. I could immediate buy a 4K stream video 4K streaming camera, but no one in the right mind go that far. It's very big. And Logitech is one of the million company that I would work with. Logitech, Razer, and what else? After Razer, there is other platform. There is Ultimate, like other place where you can buy webcam. But find a webcam that fits you, fit the budget. Don't break the bank. always buy something that is budget friendly. At least it's 1080p, and then you're willing to set up. And you have to use a setup like a tripod, not using them alone. It's not good. And I've been using that setup for years ago, and I regret. And then I slowly upgraded buying the 1080p Logitech, and then buy a tripod, and then stick that thing into the tripod. You get the adjustable size and ready to go. So this is your 101 on hardware. So I think that will be it for now. If you guys have any comment or anything that I'm missing in the comment section, you can say, dude, you forgot about this. Then I will add into my next video about part 2. So see you guys on my next stream. Have a great night and bye bye.